3, 2, 1, 0.
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
You're loud and clear.
Roger, we're programming and roll okay. A little bumpy along about here.
Roger. Stand by for 20 seconds.
Roger. We're smoothing out some now, getting out of the vibration area.
Roger, you feel max Q, flight path is...
Roger, feels good through max Q and smoothing out real fine. Cabin pressure coming down by 7, okay, flight very smooth now. Sky looking very dark outside.
All Roger, reading you loud and clear 7, Cape is go, we're standing by for you.
Roger, Cape is go and I am go. Our capsule is in good shape. Fuel 103, 102, oxygen 78,100, cabin pressure holding steady at 58, amps is 26. All systems are go, indicating 6G. Roger, 0G, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous.
Roger, turnaround has started.
Roger, capsule turning around, and I could see the booster during turnaround just a couple of 100 yards behind me. It was beautiful.
Roger, 7, you have a go, at least 7 orbits.
Roger, understand go for at least 7 orbits. The Friendship 7 can see clear back a big cloud pattern way back across toward the Cape. We're all set. This is very comfortable at 0G. I have nothing but very fine feeling. It just feels very normal and very good. Have very little dirt floating around in the capsule, just a little bit. And preparing to take xylos still at present time. This is Friendship 7. The head movements cause no sensations whatsoever. Feel fine. Reach test, I can hit directly to any spot that I want to hit. I have no problem reaching for knobs and have adjusted to 0G very easily, much easier than I really thought I would. I have excellent vision on the charts, no astigmatism or any malfunctions at all. I feel fine so far, over.
Roger, understand.
This is Friendship 7, have beautiful view of the African coast, both in the scope and out the window. Out the window is by far the best view. Part of the Canaries was hidden by clouds. Roger, how you doing, Gordo? We're doing real fine up here. Everything is going very well, over.
John, you sound good.
Roger, control fuel is 90,100, oxygen is 75,100, amps are 22. All systems are still go, having no problems at all. Control system operating fine, over. The only unusual thing I have noticed is a rather high, what would appear to be a haze layer, up some 7 or 8 degrees above the horizon on the night side. The stars, I can see through it as they go down toward the real horizon, but it's a very visible single band or lead, pretty well above the normal horizon.
Got the sniffles. A little bit of the sniffles. What's going on, everybody? It is 7:49 p.m. here in Florida. And I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for maybe an hour to an hour and a half. I got a lot to pack. We're going out of town on Wednesday for about almost a week. Yeah, with a kid, it's very, very difficult to get a lot of packing done and shit done for the trip. So things are taking a lot longer than normal. I would usually pack the night before, but it's way more difficult. Anyway, you guys don't care about that shit. Welcome, guys. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. It is Monday, and I'm gonna be hanging out with you guys, like I said, for about an hour and a half. I got my coffee, which is much needed. And so yeah, I'm planning on, as of right now, doing a light speed lounge for like 45 minutes or so, and then maybe firing up Battlefront 2 for like 30 minutes, depending on. I know Caleb Kemp wanted to play some Battlefront. I don't see him on, so if he pops on and he wants to play, I'm game. But welcome one and all, Swishfish, Vince Wynn, and Took17. Thank you guys so much for coming in with the first super chats before the stream even technically began. I greatly appreciate that, guys. Swishfish says, Ray doing a happy spin in the rain in TLJ. Her very first time ever seeing rain, but done visually without without dialogue. You say to tell us that. I love that scene. I think she does. She do a. If I'm remembering the scene correctly, she's under the Falcon, right? She's under the Falcon and she puts her hand out and does like the little grin. Yeah, it's just like pure joy. Oh, one sec.
Kids team won 3 or 4 to make their league playoffs on the last day.
Nice.
Anyway, favorite scene? ESB Asteroid Field. Roach Vader / Luke / Pulp. TLJ Luke and the Force Leaf.
There you go. Force Leaf. I had to think about it for a second there. Took, I appreciate that, man. You might find this fun. I went and saw The Empire Strikes Back with the Symphony, and it was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, man. But give me one sec. So, yeah, Swishfish, I like that. As you said, it's visual storytelling right there, right? We understand that, hey, Ray grew up on a desert planet, probably didn't see too much rain. Maybe it's not her first time seeing it, but you can tell that it's just definitely a rarity, and it's something kind of special to her. This incredibly rainy and wet planet with lush vegetation and this island surrounded by water, and she's so used to the opposite, right? So yep, I love the way that was done as well. And the little moment that immediately follows that with the rain transferring from Ray's location to Kylo's glove. I love that physical transition of matter through the Force, which was obviously kind of a foreshadowing of the end of The Rise of Skywalker. One of the things that I really liked about that movie, that moment, kind of taking that idea, that concept from The Last Jedi and applying it to, bring it over further. But yeah, anyway, Swishfish, I dig it too, man. I greatly appreciate that. And Vince Wynn coming in back to back. Vince Wynn, thank you so much, man. Vince says, one of the funniest parts to me is when Obi-Wan is like, you do what I say, Anakin, and Anakin's like, why? And Obi-Wan looks like, the hell you say. What particular part are you talking about? Is it when, is it in Attack of the Clones with the assassination attempt? Is that what I'm thinking of? I'm trying to think exactly. I don't know the I don't know the prequels and the moments like the back of my hand like I do with the OT. So I have to have a little refresher. But I mean, like in the prequels, it always, until the very end, it always seemed like kind of friendly back and forth between them. Anakin often went against the rules, but Obi-Wan, maybe he was a little annoyed with it, but it always seemed like he ended it with a smirk in a way, you know? Oh, it is Attack of the Clones. Okay. Okay. There we go. You'll pay attention to my lead. There you go. There you go. Yep. Okay. My memory is not as bad as I initially thought. It is bad. That was probably just a good guess. But, yeah, their relationship is probably the best thing in the prequels, in my opinion. But yeah, and Vince says, y'all watch Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Then y'all watch Remake and laugh when John Travolta tells someone to lick his bunghole. I forgot that movie existed. Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Is this the train? Yeah, it's the train movie. I've never seen this, and to tell you the truth, Vince, I did not know that was a remake. Walter Matthau, really? Robert Shaw, wow. Robert Shaw. When did this come out? 1974, like you said. I actually did not know that was a remake. I remember when the Travolta movie came out. To tell you the truth, I did not know that was a remake. Interesting. Breezy, thrilling, and quite funny. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 sees Walter Matthau and Robert Shaw pitted against each other in effortlessly high form. So is Matthau the cop? And is Robert Shaw the villain? Maybe. All right, I'll have to give that a watch. Like I said in my last stream, the cabin that we're going to has like a movie theater inside of it, so we always bring a bunch of movies, and something like this we got a lot of like my uncles and my aunts and my grandparents. My grandma actually turns 90 while we're up there. So it's kind of, we're doing it, we've done it every year for like 50 years, this kind of cabin trip as a family. But it has a little more meaning this year even, because my grandma's turning 90 in about a week, which is crazy. Let's see. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 streaming. Let me guess, it's only going to be the Travolta version, right? It's available on Netflix, but it is the Travolta version. Oh, goodness. Oh, gracious. All right. I'll have to look into that, though, Vince. Funniest endings to a movie. Really? Okay. Interesting. I wouldn't take it as a funny movie, but the critic consensus even says that it's funny. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. But I appreciate that channel support this evening and the recommendation as always, man. And Took17, thank you so much for the channel support as well. It's been a while. The oldest kids team won 3-4 to make their league playoffs on the last day. Nice, man. Anyway, favorite scene, ESB Asteroid Field, Return of the Jedi, Vader, Luke, Palp, TLJ, Luke, and the Force Leaf. Well, big congrats on the oldest's victory. That's pretty damn exciting. You'll have to let us know how it goes moving forward. That's really exciting. So, as I said, on Saturday, me and my wife actually went and saw The Empire Strikes Back with the Jacksonville Symphony. It was awesome. It was mind-blowing, just watching the film and having a live symphony right in front of you, playing all the music just beat for beat. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, yeah. Reliving that movie, watching it again on a big screen, and it was just a really neat experience, kind of looking at it from a different angle even. And then after that, we, my parents watched my daughter that night, spent the night. We got a hotel room downtown because we didn't want to drive an hour home. And we ended up staying out till about 2 in the morning. 1 in the morning, meatball subs at a place named Kickbacks. Hopped around to some breweries. It was a late night for us old fogey parents, for sure. Haven't done that in a long time. Haven't done that in probably 3 years. We used to do that. We were sitting back and going like, man, we used to do this every weekend. When we lived in our old house, we lived basically downtown Jacksonville, in kind of in an area that has a lot of breweries and bars and great restaurants. And every weekend, man, that's what we did for like 4 or 5 years. Then we had a kid, And as you know, everything changes. For the better. We were like, how the hell did we do this every weekend? We just, we woke up like, blah. How do we maintain? But anyway, I appreciate that, man. Fellowship would have been, yeah, Fellowship would be a good one. For sure. So I've seen Empire Strikes Back with the Symphony. I've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark with the Jacksonville Symphony. And I've also seen Home Alone with the Jacksonville Symphony, which was fun too. But yeah, man, I appreciate that. I can't stay up past 9 anymore unless there's a hockey game I'm forced to drive him to. Yeah, it gets. That's why, dude. That's why I make a cup of coffee for every single one of these evening streams, because I start dragging ass. Like, we eat dinner, and I am dragging ass, man. But a little coffee, little chit chatting on the microphone peps me up. And get into it. That's how it goes. And Caleb Kemp, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the channel support on 2 fronts here. 3 fronts. I appreciate that. Hello there, right back to you. Said it before, favorite scene is when Vader redeems himself to save Luke 1 and 2. No words from him, no expression on his face, yet you feel his conflict. Making the moment he grabs Palp's a fist-pumping yes moment. Absolutely gives me chills every time. We don't talk about the 2011 version. No. No, I completely agree, man. You know, for me, you guys know this, and I've said this ad nauseum, but that is my favorite lightsaber fight at the end of Return of the Jedi. It's less about, you know, the lightsabers really aren't used very much. It's more about that confrontation between the Emperor, Luke, and Vader. The way it's done, I absolutely love it. It's especially the exact moment that you're speaking of there, Caleb. It's that silent redemption, right? Vader is toying with Luke. Luke is in the shadows, you know. If you will not be turned, perhaps she will. And Luke pops up and yells, never, and just starts swinging for the fences. That entire sequence is just, I don't know, it's so tense, so just ferocious. And yeah, it's definitely up there in as one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars, and it's certainly my favorite, you know, lightsaber fight and confrontation in the entire saga, I would say. Probably a close second, man, would be Luke on Crate is a close second in terms of lightsaber and confrontation. But yeah, just because it's a nice twist. But yeah. Take it easy, too. Good to see you, man. Best of luck to the kid in future games. You'll have to let us know how he does. And Brendan Bellman, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening, man. I appreciate that. Brendan asks, do you think the Clone Wars greatly helps Annie's character? Yeah, not only Anakin's character, but all of the characters. And specifically, the villains. When, you know, for me, with a lot of the prequel villains, they're kind of just cartoonish. There's not a lot of there. But when you lump in the Clone Wars with the prequels and you kind of see, you have arcs entirely about Grievous, and you have arcs about Dooku, and you see motivations, and you see factions, and you see what they're, you know, what they're protecting and what they're trying to, I guess, fight for, and all the alliances and whatnot. It adds context to those villains that I felt fell flat, you know, in the prequels. So yes, the Clone Wars helps Anakin's character, I think. I would say maybe as much as the villain. I think the villains are kind of the standout in the Clone Wars because you do get to explore them a little more. But with Anakin's character, slowly over time, you kind of see the seeds being planted of a maybe not necessarily a full turn, but you can see the kind of like going against the rules, deflecting orders, carving his own path, playing by his own rule book, you know. So yeah, I would say the Anakin's character is helped by the Clone Wars, and that's expected, right? I mean, you have, how many episodes are there? Outright 6 seasons, not including season 7, and how many episodes are there? Like 100? I don't know, more than that probably, right? So yeah, you just spend more time with these characters. So it's natural that it just whatever happens there, you'll get more context and whatnot over the span of so many hours, So anyway, I appreciate that, man. In Ultimate Lifeform, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Ultimate Lifeform says, do you think General Grievous should have been more like his portrayal in the 2003 Clone Wars show? Let me take a quick sip of water here. Oh, 121 episodes. Okay. So Ultimate Lifeform, I actually have not seen the 2003 Clone Wars show. My plan right now, Ultimate Lifeform, is when I'm done with Clone Wars Season 7, my plan, that is the direct thing that I'm going to watch after Clone Wars Season 7. In terms of recommendations that I get on this channel, the Clone Wars animated series from 2003 is the #1 most recommended thing to me on this channel by far. Dude, by far. I mean, so many people have told me to watch it. So many people have asked if I watched it. People love it, and I've never seen it. So right after Season 7 ends, my plan is to watch that, make a video or two on it. I don't really know how it's broken up episode-wise. But then, after I watch that, go to Rebels, go to Resistance, and by the time I'm done with that, The Mandalorian's probably going to kick back up. So, yeah, man, unfortunately, I can't really answer that right now. Maybe just by you posing that question, I'm gonna say probably because Grievous wasn't a very fleshed out character to me with the Clone Wars, the 2008 animated series and so on. You get more motivation from him. You see him more, and you kind of, I don't know. There's an interesting alliances going on, and I thoroughly enjoyed his character in the show. So probably the answer to that is yes, but I say that with hesitation because I have not seen it. So anyway, I appreciate that Ultimate Lifeform, and I apologize for not being able to fully answer it. But ask me that question in a few months, and I will get back to you. But I appreciate that, man. And Daniel Ambrose, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well, man. Perhaps she will. Never! Tracking shot, the music. Oh, I love, dude, that shot. Oh, and the music. Daniel, dude, I'm glad you mentioned the tracking shot. I'm glad you mentioned that shot. I can picture it in my mind, just sidestepping through that hallway, that chamber, pylons going by as Luke is has a wide stance, and he's kind of shuffling his feet, bashing Vader back. It is, I can picture that shot. I love it. It's one of the most visually memorable shots in my mind of that not only that entire sequence, but the entire saga. So yeah, that specific shot, it's like an on guard shot, and I absolutely love it. I'm glad you mentioned the shot because I can't really explain it very well. You have to go watch it. We've all seen it, but it's a very short moment, but I love it. It just tracks. It tracks them as Luke is kind of battling back Vader. It's so well done. But yeah, man, that never is awesome. I love it, that moment, man. But yeah, I appreciate that, Daniel. Man, I apologize for the sniffles this evening, guys. George Heilman, thank you so much for the channel support as well. The entire fight between Luke and Vader in ESB, from the freezing room to Luke's escape, as this turns the franchise upside down in the best way. It does, absolutely. I don't know if you were here earlier, George, but I actually saw The Empire Strikes Back on Saturday at the Jacksonville Symphony. They played the movie, and the symphony played the music, so it was really neat. You could see the symphony down below. The movie was projected on a huge screen above. Yeah, that, yeah, obviously that entire sequence is incredible, right? It's so, I love the pacing of it, because it's conversation too. It's slow and steady, and in a way it feels like Vader is toying with Luke, you know. And obviously the big moment at the end. No, I am your father. But even before that, the way this entire scene is done is fantastic, especially in the chamber. When Han is frozen in carbonite, you know, testing the carbonite freezing capabilities on Han to see if he's still alive. Testing it in order to freeze Luke, right? But yeah, man, I love it. I love it. I was blown away when I saw it with the symphony. It's just I watched it almost with like a new set of eyes in a way. I don't know. It was strange. It was really strange watching that movie with the symphony on a big screen again. But yeah, man, love it. I appreciate that, George. And Daniel Ambrose, once again, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Which alternate universe movie would you rather see? Duel of the Fates or David Lynch's Return of the Jedi? Is that a thing? Or is that just a want? Is that a thing? I've never heard of this. Why David? Dude, you have just brought an entirely new thing to me I've never heard of ever, Daniel.
Little Vader moment is in the Bespin duel when Luke clips his shoulder and he bellows "Oogra," or Howard gets pissed and chops his hand off. Toying with him whole fight, but then that does IT kid.
That does IT kid. I've never heard of this. Dude, Daniel. David Lynch infamously turned down the opportunity to direct Return of the Jedi when George Lucas offered it back in 1980s. But what if he hadn't? Oh, this is some YouTube clip. I never knew this, man. Though he's known for experimental movies like Eraserhead and Mulholland Drive, David Lynch could have gone the more mainstream route. In the 1980s, he was offered the chance to direct Return of the Jedi, a gig many filmmakers would have killed for, but turned it down. Of course he did. Lynch is a great storyteller, but apparently Lynch thought it was out of his depth and past. The filmmaker described the situation in his book, Lynch on Lynch, writing, quote, I went to meet George Lucas, who had offered me the third Star Wars to direct, and I've never even really liked science fiction. I like elements of it, but it needs to be combined with other genres, and obviously Star Wars was totally George's thing. And I had next door to zero interest. Interesting. I've never known this, Daniel. That's very interesting to me. So if I could pick an alternate universe, an alternate timeline, an alternate reality of seeing Duel of the Fates or David Lynch's Return of the Jedi, just out of pure, like, right now I'm blown away by this and I've never known this, I would pick David Lynch's Return of the Jedi. I did not know that this was a thing. I had no idea that he was offered the directorial position. I would have loved to seen what he brought to the Star Wars franchise. That's crazy, man. I'm gonna have to read up on this because I've never known this. So, just out of pure fascination, I would probably pick a David Lynch Return of the Jedi movie. Interesting. Might make for a good video. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video on this for sure. I had no idea that this was a thing. So I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, Daniel. Fascinating. I'll have to go down a little rabbit hole. There's probably not that much, information on it. Probably just a few quotes from David Lynch, but but I'm pretty excited to check this out for sure. Anyway, I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, man. And Caleb Kemp, you're really going to do this every time, aren't you, Caleb? Caleb Kemp, did you really think I would leave the hyperdrive unguarded? I guess I didn't say General Kenobi. I apologize. Wasn't that the deal? Wasn't that the deal? Caleb, are you still down to play some Battlefront in a bit? If so, maybe in like 20 minutes or so, I'll hop on. We'll play for like 30 or so, and I'll go along for the ride. Whatever mode you guys are up for, I'll yeah, probably in like 30 minutes. Let's play a little bit of Battlefront. I'll go for a solid hour with Lightspeed Lounge, and then we can hop on if that's cool. But yeah, I'll be along for the ride. You guys pick whatever mode you want to play. But I appreciate that, man. And Vince Wynn, once again, thank you so much for the channel support. Little Vader moment in the Bespin duel when Luke clips his shoulder and he bellows, "Arr!" Gets pissed and chops his hand off, toying with him the whole fight. But then that does it, kid. Yeah, just a little nick. Just a little nick on Vader's shoulder. I can hear the sound that Vader makes of like pain when that happens. And that's you're absolutely right. That's kind of when the fight turns, and he kind of stops toying with him, and he's like, all right, it's time to end this. It's time to end this fight. He will join us or die. Yeah. Vince, it's kind of funny, like, there's all these little moments in The Empire Strikes Back that, I've known, I loved, but watching it again with the symphony, it was like I was watching it almost for the first time. Experiencing all these things again on the big screen, and little moments like that. Yeah, it's funny how these things, like little moments like that, kind of get washed away with time. You remember them, but then you see them again, and it brings it all back, right? The last time I watched The Empire Strikes Back from start to finish was like when I did my rewatch before The Force Awakens came out. So that's the last time I've watched The Empire Strikes Back from start to finish. That's the last time I watched Return of the Jedi from start to finish too. That's not the last time I watched A New Hope, but yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. In Game Station 3, you should read the Star Wars Shakespeare books. I used to work at a bookstore. This was in 2012, I want to see. When did those start coming out? It was definitely in 2012 or 2013. Star Wars Shakespeare. Okay, so it was 2013. All right. So I remember I was working at that bookstore at that time, and I remember when this bookstore got those books, and I flipped through them. I haven't read them from start to finish. I don't really know too much about them, but I did kind of flip through them and actually stocked them on the shelves, which is kind of neat. And they actually were in the poetry section, like the Shakespeare section of this bookstore. So it wasn't like, they didn't have it in science fiction. They didn't have it with other Star Wars novels or anything like that. They literally had the William Shakespeare Star Wars books in the William Shakespeare section, which was kind of cool. But yeah, that would be something fun to pick up. I don't really remember them much, but let's see. And that's something that I wouldn't necessarily want on my Kindle. I would actually want to own that because I like the artwork, and it just feels like something you would want a physical copy of, right? Something tangible. In your hand there, the Star Wars saga written in the style of William Shakespeare. Yeah, that'd be fun to pick up for sure. And maybe when my daughter is old enough, that'd be kind of fun for her to read too, or read together, right? But yeah, let's see. Let's look first. Let's first look at used copies on the old eBay. All right, Star Wars Shakespeare. Here we go. $4. Always check your eBay listings first, ladies and gentlemen. Always check your eBay listings first. Gotta love it. Let's see what Amazon's selling it for brand new. Star Wars Shakespeare. 12, 11, 12, 8, 11. So that's not that much more expensive, but interesting. Yeah, that might be something that I pick up down the road. And like I said, that'd be a fun thing for me and my daughter to read for sure. But yeah, I appreciate that, Game Station. And Caleb Kemp says, was thinking co-op, great way to feel for the new maps, and I can play as BB-8, BB-9. Oh yeah, that sounds good. I suck at large mode, so I never get heroes. Yeah, I'm 100% on board, man. I want to explore the new stuff. So if that's the best way to kind of get a feel for the new additions in the game, I am completely up for that. So yeah, like maybe 25 minutes or so, I'll hop on and we can play a little bit. But that sounds good. Looking forward to it. Need to get back into playing more games. That's like all I used to do. Lightspeed lounges were a rarity, but I've just been in the mood. I've enjoyed doing these kind of streams and, you know, hanging out and rapid fire chat and just, you know, they're fun. I like these little, they're almost like little podcasts in a way, you know. But yeah, sounds good, man. Yeah, give me like 25 minutes or so and I'll hop on. And Twin Sons 2187, thank you so much as well, man. Just because. Veteran power. Hell yeah. Were you in the service at any point? I'm curious. I'll keep an eye on the chat, Twin Sons. But yeah, right back at you, man. So yeah, I was in from 2000. You probably know this. I was in from 2007 to 2011, and it blows my mind because, I mean, 2007. That was so long ago. It was 13 years ago. I'm 33. I mean that. It's not like, I mean, that just feels like such a long time. Crazy. And I got back from from a deployment in 2011. That was 9 years ago. Like, how is that, dude? Time fly. Combat engineer. 07 to 2010. Oh, 2011. Nice, man. We were in at the same exact time. Guess I can't type. No, I get it. Yeah, I was in the Navy. I was like kind of helicopter logs and records. I don't know what they call it in the Army. Is it like a plane captain? Is that what they call it in the Army? You might not even know. But use my VA home loan. Yep, I did that twice. I bought our first house in 2014 with a VA loan, and then I bought our second house with a VA loan as well. But we decided to put some down this time around. But yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I miss it. Do you miss it? I miss it quite a bit. Before I joined the Navy, I actually talked to an Army recruiter. But I wanted to go for some kind of aviation, something aviation. This was actually in like 2005 before I went to my first attempt at college. 2005, but the recruiter, all he wanted was 11 Bravo. That was it. He just wanted 11 Bravo. And I was like, I want aviation. So a couple years later, dropped out of college, went in to the Navy recruiter and signed on the same day. So yeah. Well, yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah, I miss it quite a bit. Quite a bit. It does go by fast, for sure. Really fast. But yeah. I appreciate you what you did, man. Yeah, I miss it big time. To the point where, like, I was using my GI Bill, and I haven't used it in a couple of years, and I'm so close to finishing my bachelor's degree. I just need to finish it. It's, you know, super busy nowadays, but I miss that camaraderie. You know the feeling, right? So I'm probably, once my daughter's old enough to go to school, my plan is to actually become a firefighter. That's my plan. And when she's probably like 5 years old, when she gets into kindergarten, you know, I'll probably do that. There's actually, I was looking into it a couple weeks ago, and I was actually talking to a firefighter maybe like 2 months ago. I just happened to be at a park with their kid, and he was a firefighter, and he said there's no age restriction. I was like, what? Really? All right, well, I can be, you know, 36 when she's old enough to go to school and do it. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. We can talk about this shit all night. And I'm up for it. But I appreciate that, dude. And Jackery, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. One of my favorites is Ahsoka and Vader's fight in Rebels. Super emotional, especially when Vader says Ahsoka's name and the look on her face. I actually haven't seen that. I know you're not spoiling anything for me. You know, just by virtue of being a Star Wars fan and knowing about that stuff in the periphery, people have talked about that on the channel. I know pretty much what happens, you know. But yeah, I'm excited to see that. I've been holding off on watching Rebels until I finish watching the Clone Wars. There was a time where I was watching Rebels and then I started watching the Clone Wars after I started watching the first season of Rebels, and I just decided then and there that I wanted to watch the entirety of the Clone Wars before I went back to Rebels. So, you know, I'll eventually get to it. Jackery, my plan right now is to, after season 7 of the Clone Wars, jumping into the 2003 Clone Wars animated series, which only ran for what, like one season. I honestly don't know how big. I think it's only like a 2-hour long chunk. So I'm going to watch that after season 7, and after I watch that, I'm going to jump back into Rebels. And my plan is to do the videos for Rebels a lot different. I'm literally just going to watch an entire season and then make a video on that season. It just makes it easier, time management wise, you know. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Jack. Jackery. Which lightsaber color would be yours? Green. Return of the Jedi. Luke Skywalker green. No question about it. No question about it. You talk, we all listen. Thanks, Greedo. Yeah, man. No worries. Any Star Wars locations you still plan on going to? Austin. In the distant future, maybe. I mean, I would love to go to Tunisia and just see, you know, the Lars homestead and all that stuff. In the distant future, I have no plans to do that. But you know, it'd be really neat. Probably could easily make it to the Redwoods at some point. Other than that, you know, I would love to go to Octu, Skellig Michael. But I've been to where they shot some Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade scenes. They shot a lot of scenes out in Arches National Park, or some scenes, not a lot, but some scenes out in Arches National Park, and we were out there in 2017. And I got a picture in front of the double arch, posed exactly like River Phoenix was posed, right in front of double arch. So no, I would love to. I've never been to any of the filming locations for Star Wars, but it's if I have a bucket list of things like that I want to see. Those are a few for sure. Yeah. I really like the therapy scene between Anakin and Yoda in Episode 3, AG, where Yoda's talking to him about like don't mourn those who have passed on and stuff like that. That scene has always actually been a little creepy to me, and it's kind of funny that you bring up that scene. I actually wrote an entire script about Anakin, his downfall, and like the pressure of being the chosen one, constantly being told you're the chosen one, and the disagreement with dogma and you know, doctrine and stuff like that, and I actually bring up that scene in this video. The video is as my videos often are. It's a very rambling video. I'll probably end up putting it out and scheduling it for this coming week to upload. I have a video scheduled for Thursday and Friday. I'm going out of town on Wednesday, so I'm trying to get stuff scheduled for when I'm out of town. So Thursday, Friday, there's videos scheduled already. So that Anakin video is probably going to get scheduled for that Saturday the 15th. And then another video is scheduled for Sunday the 16th. So I'm trying to have 4 or 5 videos scheduled when we go out of town. But yeah. I've been to the Muir Woods. Jonathan, or what's his name? Is it Jonathan? John, yeah, John Muir. Yep, I'm familiar. Where is that? California. Where is that? Why? Can you guys hear me still? There we go. Redwoods, north of San Francisco. Muir Woods National Park. Nice. I would love to come out here at some point. Is that the indoor shot? I didn't know that area was called that. I was in San Francisco for a Battlefront 2015 event. If I had more time, it was kind of a whirlwind of a trip. If I had more time, I would have loved to have been able to go out there. So from the EA headquarters, it looks like it's like an hour and a half. I would have to rent a car. Maybe next time. But yeah. It was the indoor shot. Nice. I actually didn't realize it was so... well, it's not that far, right? But I actually didn't realize that it was so far outside of San Francisco. Looking at the map right now. And in reality, it's probably not that far. Just that California traffic, I suppose. It's to me really cool to see the contrast between Yoda telling him to let go of attachments versus Palpatine telling him he can save Padme. Yes, I actually talk exactly about that too, AG. I actually bring up Palpatine, feeding him. What he wants to hear, but it's also he's just feeding him humanity. He's feeding him I don't know, things that somebody would tell you if I don't know, it's not like what he's saying is evil, right? He's just appealing to Anakin's natural humanity and the things that he's feeling. So, yep, I actually talk about that too. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense, George. That makes complete sense. Anybody that's ever driven the mountains and stuff like that, as the crow flies, I'm gonna slip of the tongue there. As the crow flies, it's always way shorter, but when you get up in the winding roads, it adds quite a bit for sure. Let's see. All right, Caleb. I'm gonna go ahead and fire up Battlefront. Still got that David Lynch stuff popped up. I'm gonna fire up Battlefront, and you guys add me to the party, and then I will switch the stream over to some Battlefront action. I'll stop the music for now. All right, cool. Got the outro song ready for when I'm done with Battlefront. Let's get this game rolling. Hopefully it runs okay. For whatever reason, last time I tried to stream Battlefront, my stream started chugging big time, and I do not know why that happened, but hopefully that doesn't happen this time around. So I think we're going to be playing some co-op give us an opportunity to see some of the new stuff that I haven't seen yet. Kylo killing Snoke and teaming up with Rey was just a great shock in theaters. Michael Feely. I completely agree. That's one of my... The Last Jedi has some of my favorite just in-theater experiences, man. That was one of them. Like a holy hell moment. Sitting in the theater watching that. And also at the end with Luke on Crate. That entire sequence was kind of on par with that. You know, just wow. The clever... I thought it was so clever. I loved it. All right, so you guys can't see it. Go ahead and invite me into, am I invisible still? Why is it every time I log on, I'm invisible? I don't understand it. I apologize, guys. All right, go ahead. You should see me online now. Go ahead and invite me. Sweet. Cool. Bingo. Let's do this. Let me switch the stream over. And I will follow you guys into battle. Oh, let me fix that. I have to change the chat every single time. There we go. Oops. Boom. Did that work? There we go. Chat pops up. Cool. Boom. I'd like to see another real-time strategy game similar to Empire at War. Andrew Bauer. I've been, you know, whenever I talk about Star Wars games or the games that I would want, a real-time strategy game is up there. Extremely high on the list of Star Wars games that I want. I know a lot of people talk about like an Empire at War remake or sequel or whatnot. Sure, obviously I would love that, but, you know, I'm completely fine with a new real-time strategy. I would be very surprised if we got anything like that, though. It's like I've been saying for a long time, man. I would love for the Star Wars license to be kind of spread around to various studios, various developers and whatnot, because you could have a smaller, maybe an independent studio, make a Star Wars real-time strategy game, you know. I don't know how it works. Maybe I'm definitely talking about it out of my ass there, but yeah, I want that for sure. Austin, Greedo, if they didn't make the despecialized edition, do you think you'd just convert your VHS to Blu-ray? That's what I'm going to do because I'm better with Adobe, which can do that. I actually do have my VHS copies on my computer. My dad, a long time ago, bought a VHS ripper, and because he was doing that with all of our old home movies, and I did that with the my VHS copies with the George Lucas interviews from Leonard Maltin. But I, you know, whoa, those guys are tough. Was that a Sith trooper that almost killed me there? Damn. But yeah. I mean, I have them on my computer. I also have 4K 7.7, which if you're not familiar with that, I'd check it out. It's fantastic. It's as close as you can get to an actual theatrical release. But yeah, did they make this harder? I remember just running through co-op. When it first came out. And I already died. Maybe I'm just rusty, I suppose, huh? That's probably what it is. Maybe I just suck. That's probably what it is. That's more likely. Did we get it? Oh, they take it. Never mind. What am I doing? I didn't need to stay on that.
We'll fall back and concentrate our defenses in the next sector.
Fall back. All right. Man, why do we keep shooting my teammate? I thought I fall back. Why is the clock still ticking? There we go.
They pushed us back once, but they won't succeed again. We'll defend
How
here.
did they push us back? We still had both points captured, did we not? I dig this map. Is it this is available on other modes like multiplayer modes? Or and I'm dead. Of course. Leckle, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this afternoon, man. Oh, I haven't seen these guys. Gunner. I'm gonna play as a spy. What's his abilities? Leckle says Luke/Vader taunts him with Leia, Vader's funeral, projection, Luke reveal, Vader's suit transformation, Obi-Wan giving Luke to Lars, perfect music, and all too. Those are fantastic scenes for sure. Out of those, let me figure out what these, what does that do? Is that just a, oh, it's a scanner beacon, okay. One sec, Leckle. Yeah, out of those, my two favorite are definitely Luke and Vader, and also Luke on Crate. Dude, Luke on Crate is a scene that I frequently think of as one of my favorite scenes in the entire saga. It is really hard for me to think of scenes that I like more than that. I've said this before. I think it's going to go down as one of the most interesting and unique scenes in the entire saga. I just can't imagine not liking that scene. It's so damn good, man. Such a really unique and interesting twist. But yeah, every scene that you just typed up there, all fantastic for sure. Yeah, Vader's funeral, the end. Sorry, man. Let's scan. Where's my... There we go. Nice. I like playing as a spy. What is this? Oh, that's just a baton? Like a smack? Alright. Running away. Running away. There we go. Alright, perfect. But yeah, like Leckle, would those scenes, and this is a question I've always asked, and I think I know the answer to, but would those scenes have been as powerful without the music? Would Star Wars be as memorable without the music? I really don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, the emotions that you feel in so many scenes, not only the ones that you mentioned, but just every scene, man. Without the John Williams score, it wouldn't even be close to being as impactful, you know? I don't think so, at least. Oh, it's a mortar strike. I didn't realize that. Okay, I like the spy even more now. Awesome. That might be my new favorite ability. I want to try this this character in multiplayer next stream for sure, or like you know what I mean. But anyway, Leckle, I appreciate that, man. If you will not be turned, perhaps she will. Never! Love it. Does not get much more better than that. How close am I to A here? Oh, I should probably get a little closer. There we go. Keep thinking the birds are stormtroopers. Fall back again? Goodness.
Reports of Kylo Ren having joined the enemy. This is a dark day for the Resistance, but it's not over yet. We have one last chance to win this. Prepare for new orders.
All right. Final stand. Here we go. So do the mortars strike if I'm inside something? I would assume it would, right? I mean, maybe not realistically, no, obviously not, but I would assume that the game would allow me to throw some mortars. Let's test it. No, I guess not. Oh, that's a bummer. I mean, it makes sense, but it's a video game. Oh, is that? Oh, that's Kylo. Oh. Oh, there we go. Hard to breathe? Nah. It's hard to listen. It's hard to hear. I'm so good at playing video games with the Stormtrooper helmet. Cannot be beat. Oh, that was a bad time to try this, that reinforcement character for the first time. I'm gonna try the spy. Well, the spy, you know, being indoors like that and not having that mortar ability work, not the best character to use for this, this moment, but we'll see.
Great fighting for us. We'll surely win this.
Let's go, Ray. Nice. Crap. All right. Of course, defeat. That was a fun round, guys.
But there will be others.
Anyone seen the Clone Wars 2003 must-watch content? No, I haven't seen it. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm planning on watching it after Clone Wars Season 7. That's my plan. I'm watching Clone Wars Season 7, then Clone Wars 2003, and then Rebels, and then Resistance, and then by that time, Mandalorian Season 2 will be coming around, right? Nice, that was fun. That was way harder, man. Did we increase the difficulty or something like that? Is that can you increase the difficulty? Because every time that I've played co-op, it's just been a cakewalk. That was that was difficult as hell. All right, here we go.
We must fend off the First Order attack on Takodana and protect our friends here. Prepare the defenses.
To victory!
All right, I will follow. Who is that? I'll follow
Our
K2.
defenses depend on us holding these command posts.
Woo! Gotcha, punk. Oh, never mind. I didn't get him. Fall back.
We lost this sector, and now we're gonna have to fall back. Get ready to move.
All right, here we go. I'll defend. There's no letter on this one.
We should be able to stop the first order attack here instead. Hold these positions.
Yikes. I think that's the first time I've seen BB9E. Ah! Let's do the spy. Let's do the spy. All right. Oh my god, I didn't hit him once. Woo! Splash. Caleb Kim, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening, man. You said want to switch to first order after this. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. I'll probably do one more round of co-op after this one for sure. That sounds good. And there's BB-90. Yeah, I need to try one of the BB units. Alright. That sounds good, man. Where is he? It's really difficult to keep track of. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, I'll try, let's see. The spy again. Yeah, I don't know when the new Lego Star Wars game comes out, man. I'm really hoping it has. I'm really hoping it has online like co-op. That would be so much fun to play with people, you know, and do a stream of that. Because I suck at Lego games for whatever reason. And B, it would just be really fun to play. I don't know if that's been announced. I don't think it has, but ideally, in a perfect world, there will be co-op for the new Lego game, but I'm not holding my breath. Whoa. Woo! Nice. Alright, we got this. Lego games never have online co-op. Yeah, I know, that was a big bummer. When I got the Force Awakens on Lego game, I was expecting to be able to play it. Then I actually got the Lego Clone Wars game, expecting to play with people. And I found out that it didn't have online co-op. Hopefully this one will. Hopefully, I mean, I don't understand why it's not a thing. I mean, it absolutely should be, right? Woo! Damn. I really like that spy unit, man. That's a fun unit to play as. Ah, damn.
We lost the sector. Prepare to fall back.
Oh, I'm already retreated. There we go.
got us reacting to them. Not good. We'll defend from here
There we
instead.
go.
Everyone get ready. Ray is here. Now the Force is really with us.
There you go, Ray. Leckel, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening, man. I greatly appreciate that. Leckel says, about RTS, ever play Company of Heroes or Men of War? Men of War does not ring a bell, but dude, Company of Heroes came out in 2007. Me and my friends sunk so many hours into Company of Heroes. It is my all-time favorite RTS. It's my all-time favorite RTS. We tried to get into the sequel. It was fun, but for whatever reason, we couldn't get into it as much as the original Company of Heroes 2007. But dude, I loved everything about that game. The maps were fantastic. Not only that, but the way you position units and the way you have to strategically position, especially armor, was great and extremely innovative. I loved it because it wasn't just about throwing units on the battlefield and just kind of like an overwhelming. You couldn't just ride like 200 horses like Age of Empires and just dominate your opponent, right? Which was fun too. But Company of Heroes was so strategic. You had to really coordinate your units, and the cover system with your infantry was just awesome, and it added another layer to the game. I mean, it was, yeah, I love it for all those reasons, because just because you had a ton of units, just because you had the manpower, the armor, didn't mean you were going to win a fight. The other person might have been better at micromanaging units and whatnot, and you could easily be dominated just from an infantry squad with some anti-tank stuff, and they could dominate you if you played it right, So it was a very intense and strategic RTS that required a lot of micromanaging that I really enjoyed. But yeah, Leckel. It's easily my favorite RTS I've ever played. I would say by far. A close second being Age of Empires. Age of Empires 2 specifically. The third one was fun. I played them all. I'm really excited for the new one that's coming out whenever it's coming out. No idea when that's coming out, but yeah, man. Company of Heroes is a game that me and my friends sunk so many hours into. And what was really fun about it is we all had our own unique way of playing it. So we would play like a 3-on-3 or a 4-on-4. I would usually be really good with armor and micromanaging my armor. So I would usually focus on armor. My buddy would focus on infantry because he was really good at kind of micromanaging infantry. So it was just kind of a really nice blend of play styles that would go into each match, But I miss that game. I miss that game quite a bit. But I appreciate that, Leckel. I've actually recently asked my buddies if they wanted to play Company of Heroes 2 again, just because I don't feel like we gave it enough of a chance. And they all said no. But yeah, man. Company of Heroes, absolutely. Men of War, I know I've heard of it, but I honestly don't think I've ever played it. I could be wrong, though, but it's not ringing any bells. I can't picture us... I say us because I always play those types of games with my friends. I can't remember us playing it. But yeah, anyway, Leckel, I appreciate that, man. Oh, good times. Good memories. That was 13 years ago, too. That's mind-blowing. Still play Dark Forces. Andrew, I've actually streamed Dark Forces quite a bit on this channel, man. So there's probably 3 games that I've streamed more than any others. Number one being this game for sure. Number 2 would be Shadows of the Empire, and I've streamed Dark Forces quite a bit too, so that might take the 3rd spot.
Just hold on for a few moments longer.
I love that game. If you want to, I made a video about Dark Forces maybe a year ago, Andrew, and I think the video is just titled "The Worst Level in Any Star Wars Game Ever." So just Google like "HelloGreedo worst level" or something like that, and you'll have a little punch of nostalgia for the worst level ever made in a Star Wars game.
We've proven to our allies in Takodana that the resistance can be counted on.
Good job,
to protect
guys.
them. Well done.
Hell yeah. Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Need to find a way to get you on Hot Ones, and you can just awkwardly smash chicken wings into your helmet as you answer questions. That would actually be a hilarious parody video. I should do that. Stormtrooper on Hot Ones. I might actually make that happen, Vince. But I don't want to waste some delicious chicken wings. I don't want to waste them. But for the sake of giggles, I might do that. I love Hot Ones, man. I was pretty late to the party with Hot Ones. Well, I say that, but we've been watching it for maybe like over a year, maybe almost 2. I don't know when it started, but I feel like we've been watching it for like a year or 2 years or so. I'm trying to remember what the first one we ever watched was, but it's a really fun and little internet series. Because there are so many interview shows, right? So many sit-down interview shows, and there's a lot of great ones. But when you add something like that into the mix, it's entertainment value. You get to... Then they ask really interesting questions. They dive into the person's past. And not only that, Vince, but people that I've never even heard of and know nothing about, I still want to watch the episodes, right? Because of the Hot Wings experience, because of how you're going to see these people react. So I've found out about just a bunch of people just through Hot Ones. That's how I found out about. That's like the first time I ever heard the name Billie Eilish was from Hot Ones. I had no idea who that was. We watched the episode, and then I feel like really close after that, I heard a song and I was like, oh wow, this music is nothing like I expected. It's actually really good. So yeah, there's been a lot of cases where, I don't know anything about the guest. I haven't heard the guest's name ever in my entire life. But you still want to watch the episode, But it's really well done. Sean Evans does a really good job with being a really natural interviewer. There's so many people that are, when they interview, put on this like radio DJ voice, right? So how's it going, Mr. Burr? That kind of shit. He just is completely all natural and just genuine, and I really like him as an interviewer, But yeah, man. That reminds me, the Margot Robbie was just on Hot Ones, right, a couple days ago, so maybe after the stream we'll watch it on the big TV and check that episode out. But yeah, man. Not really a fan of Eilish, but she killed yesterday on the Oscars. Really well done. Oh, I didn't realize. Did she? Oh, she played. I didn't realize she did that. Yeah, she's extremely talented. Like I said, I never heard of her until that episode of Hot Ones, and then I watched it, and then I think I just stumbled upon a song. Maybe it played on the radio or something like that when I told Alexa to play music. Because I always do that with my daughter. We play music when we eat lunch and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, where have I heard this name before? And I Googled it. Oh. So, super talented. I mean, I like it. I like it. Alright. Let's see. Oh, crap. I thought... Caleb, are we not in the same match? Do you want to jet out of here? Do you want to get out of this match and start another one? Let's do that. I thought it would automatically switch us over. I thought since I was in the party, it would switch us over. Yeah, Caleb, let's go ahead and get out of this match and do that. Everybody get back to the lobby, I guess. Is that how it works? Okay, yeah, hop out and we'll figure this out. I don't know. I assume that it would just throw me into whatever team you guys were selecting. I don't know how it works, but... Well, that's silly. It should automatically switch. All right. Go ahead and... there we go. Cool. I apologize, guys. All right, cool. Zio returns. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening, man. I hope you're having a good one. I hope you had a good weekend. Zio has returned. Welcome, man. Hang out for a little bit. I'm only gonna play one more match, but let's shoot the shit. How's it going, man? If everybody could do me a big favor in the chat, it's tradition now. It's mandated. If everybody could do me a big favor in the chat and say, welcome, Zio. Why? Because Zio has returned. Good to see you, man. Hope everything's going well for you on this Monday. Zio has returned. New map. Oh, sweet. Perfect. So, yeah, we're going out of... 175 unopened loot crates. I was trying to get it to 100, but then they stopped giving loot crates. So, I was trying to get it to 200. My plan, actually, Austin, was to do 100 crate unboxing on a live stream one day, and I never got around to it. Maybe that would actually be a fun video to make. The most deadpanned, stupid video. It would probably be an hour long, and I would just record myself literally opening 175 crates going, I wonder what's in the next crate. Wow, 500 credits. I wonder what's in the next crate. Wow, 500 credits. I might actually make that video. That might be better as a video than... and I would make the thumbnail like super exciting, exclamation marks, and like me with my hands in the sky and like flames and just the most exciting thumbnail ever, and me just be completely deadpan with it. Number 127. I wonder what's in the crate. Number 126. I wonder what's in the crate. I'm making that. I am making that. So yeah, I'm going out of town on Wednesday for about a week. If you guys were here earlier, I already kind of explained. We, my family on my mom's side has had a tradition. It's like a 50-year tradition, 50-plus year tradition. It started when my mom was a kid, with her siblings and my grandparents. They used to go to Smoky Mountains every year, and that has been a tradition since then. The entire family goes up there. We've only missed like 2 years as a family. There's like always over 40 of us in one giant ass cabin, and it's the best time, man. We just drink and play cards and hang out and catch up. And I'm I'm mentioning this because somebody mentioned Joker. I am planning on, if you guys were here last stream, Mr. Star Wars Ramblings, Mr. Andy was kind enough to buy me Knives Out. So I will be seeing Knives Out in the cabin with my family. We're gonna watch it together, and I'm super excited. And also, I'm gonna probably buy the Joker. It's just Joker. I'm gonna buy Joker, and we're gonna watch that together too. The cabin has a movie theater in it, as it always does. So looking forward to it. Oh, Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Ever watch anything to cheer up? Like if I'm having a bad day, I'll watch something like Dogs Reuniting with Soldiers videos. Gets the feels real bad. Nothing like. I'm trying to think. Usually if I'm kind of stressed out or whatnot, I honestly will put on, like, just stand-up comedy is kind of my go-to. Or if I'm just doing something around the house and just kind of like, man, not feeling like doing much and just kind of, not necessarily, I don't really get down in the dirt very often, or bummed out. But if I just, don't feel like doing much and just kind of meh feeling, I usually put on some stand-up. Find something on Netflix. Dude, the guy who, what's his name? Shit, what's his name? Somebody knows. I believe he's the creator of Crazy Rich Asians. What's his name? Does anybody know? I think it starts with a D. I put his stand-up on maybe a couple weeks ago, his latest Netflix special, and I was laughing my ass off. It was hilarious. It was really well done. Just kind of a spur of the moment. This is a new stand-up. I've never seen any of his shows or don't know anything about him. I'll put it on, and I was laughing really hard. It's such a nice feeling to find. I'm a big stand-up comedian fan. Stand-up fan, and I it's really nice to find something new like that to listen to that just kind of spur the moment decision to watch, because oftentimes when you do that, when you just put on a stand-up hour, sometimes it's not it's not really what you're looking for. It's not really your cup of tea, and it doesn't really do much for you. This one was fantastic, man. But yeah, so usually that kind of stuff I would say is my go-to, along with sometimes I'll just put on concerts. I'll put on like a Tiny Desk. Is that what it's called? NPR Tiny Desk? They have these YouTube videos where they, like bands will come in and play like acoustic sets. And they're really good. Really good. Stuff like that. But no, I would say 90% of the time, Vince, it's just podcasts. I will usually put on, like Star Talk. Neil deGrasse Tyson Star Talk is one of my go-tos, or Radio Lab or Freakonomics is really good too. That kind of stuff. But yeah, man, I appreciate that. Oh yeah, Bill Burr is my favorite stand-up, modern stand-up for sure. Big fan of his. But yeah. Oscar Rodriguez. I greatly appreciate that, man. Oscar says, in Jar Jar's voice, can you say there's been awakening? Have Yusa felt it? Okay, I'll try this. All right, Oscar. I'll give it a shot. Let me warm up.
Okay, Yusa say people gonna die. Oh no.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, there has been an awakening.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh no. There has been an awakening.
Oh, that's bad too. Oh, why can't I get that down?
Have Yusa felt it? There has.
Why can't I say? I can't say there has.
There has.
That just sounds goofy.
Oh no, there has been an awakening. Have Yusa felt it?
I can't do it. I mean, maybe it sounds okay, but in my brain it sounds like shit. Take it easy, Zio. Thanks for dropping in, man. Was that okay? You gonna take that audio, turn it into something? Do it to it. 8 out of 5, 10 Jar Jar. Oh.
Oh no. Okay, Yusa say people gonna die. Murray.
Yippee! That's bad. I've been, dude, I feel like for the past 4 or 5 years I've been saying, like, I'm gonna do an all Jar Jar Binks stream. I need to do it at some point. I can't, it would suck so bad. It would suck so bad because I'm not, I mean, like, I feel like I'm decent at a few words with Jar Jar, but when it comes to, like, actually reading sentences, and trying to say normal things, it's horrible. It's bad. But it would be a fun experiment. it would be a fun experiment on a live stream. I would create the old. I have a Jar Jar mask, by the way. I would create the old webcam loop. Throw on a little bit of Jar Jar in the bottom of the screen, a little Jar Jar webcam, and then talk for an hour in Jar Jar, and my throat would probably bleed, right? But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Oscar. And Vince Wynn, thank you so much once again for the channel support. If there was ever a movie that was perfect to watch in a cabin, in my opinion, it's Knives Out. Y'all have fun on the trip, Greedo. I'm out of here. Good night, y'all. Take it easy, man. Thank you so much for dropping in and supporting the channel this evening, rather. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm super excited. I know I'm bringing like John Wick and stuff like that to the cabin. I don't know if my family has seen it, but it's always a blast, man. It's, you know, the whole family goes up there. There's usually like more than 40 of us, and the past probably the past like 8 years or so, every big giant cabin we've stayed in has like a little movie theater in it with maybe 10 bucket seats and a big projector, and it's always a blast. And we usually watch some movies. Last year our cabin didn't have a movie theater, but the year before we watched, like, I made some of my family watch 127 Hours because it's one of my all-time favorite movies. And then we watched The Force Awakens the year that it came out, and then The Last Jedi, and it's just tradition, man. It's a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for Knives Out because I know none of them have seen it. I haven't seen it. None of them have seen Joker either, so I'm excited for that. It'll be a good time for sure. But anyway, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Let's see.
You just say people gonna die? Okie doke.
I have a feeling if I ever did that Jar Jar stream, people would, like, just want me to say everything. I mean, like, the super chats would probably just be requesting me to say stuff in Jar Jar Binks' voice, right? That's all it would be. And I don't blame the people that would do that. I would do the same thing. Alright, are we gonna win this? I believe. I believe. I guess I could have spawned in as something other than just a regular grunt, right? I think my new favorite unit, man, is that spy unit. I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. I haven't used that spy unit in an actual, like, you know, capital supremacy match or anything like that. So I'm very curious how it plays with other people as combatants, you know. Nice, that was fun, guys. Cool. I appreciate you guys playing, man. That was a blast. We need to do that more often, for sure. So yeah, maybe next time when we stream some Battlefront, we'll do some Capital Supremacy and check out some of the new stuff with that. But yeah, Wayfez and Caleb, I appreciate you hanging out, playing some Battlefront with me. It's always a good time. We will make it happen soon once again. When I get back, let's do it. Let's absolutely do it. Let's turn on some tunes for the next couple minutes before I jet. But, alright, guys. So, tomorrow night, I'm probably going to do a stream, the last stream before I go out of town. Yeah, like I said, going to be gone from Wednesday to Monday. I'm hoping to get 4. I know I'm going to be able to get 4 videos done to have scheduled while I'm gone. I'm really hoping to have a 5th one scheduled as well, but running out of time, gotta pack. It's very difficult to get shit done. especially when a trip is pressing and I have to watch my daughter all day, and it's very difficult to try to pack for a trip and then at the same time try to get vids done. But I'm gonna do it to it. Get these 4 videos done, scheduled, ready to upload while my ass is in the Smoky Mountains. But yeah. And Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of the evening. I greatly appreciate that, man. Oscar says, Jar Jar, have you been hearing of the very sad story of Darth Plagueis? I appreciate you typing it phonetically as well. So, all right, here we go. Let me take a sip of water before I attempt this. All right. Here we go, Oscar.
Okay, day. Have you been hearing of the very sad story of Darth?
Oh, man, that's tough.
Oh no. Have you been hearing of the very sad story of Darth Plagueis? You say people gonna die? Have you been hearing of the very sad story of Darth Plagueis?
Oh my God, that does it for me, Oscar. But all joking aside, man, I need to do that Jar Jar stream. I've been talking about it for so long. That Jar Jar mask is literally it's been sitting in a closet for years. I've put it to use in maybe like 2 or 3 videos. I need to do it. My Jar Jar is making my voice crack. I need to do it though. Maybe in the next month or so, I'll set that stream up. I'm literally, it's going to be an entirely new overlay for a Jar Jar stream. It's literally just going to be me and my Jar Jar mask, a big dumb green screen Jar Jar, just looped over 10 minutes like I do with these streams. Just a loop fake webcam. It's just going to be me, and it's going to be zoomed in really close on Jar Jar face, and it's going to be stupid, and I can't wait. Like I said, I've been talking about that for years. I need to make it happen. It's just going to be called Hangout, or what should I name it? Say hi, Misa Jar Jar Binks. That's what it's going to be called.
Misa Jar Jar Binks.
I'll do my best for an hour of Jar Jar impression. And I'm sure I'm going to break character plenty of times, just for the sake of my voice. Not bleeding, but yeah. And Caleb Kemp, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Final super chat and channel support of the stream before I jet. Caleb says, dude, I got to film that. Oh, nice. You filmed the gameplay. That's awesome, man. When was that? This afternoon, I was able to check out your video. When was that? Was it this morning or this afternoon? I liked how you turned your review into a character. I liked that. There's something there for sure. I think that's kind of a fun thing to do in the future. You can actually review stuff, as a Stormtrooper character running around in the game. I dig it for sure. But yeah, nice. Use that footage, man. Enjoy it. That's great because my next review from the Battlefront will be a meta review of the BB update. Can you use that footage? Oh, perfect, dude. I was just talking about the footage or the video. I really like you can definitely play that up, and I think there's something juicy there that you could do. You called it a meta review. That's a really good way to put it. Pretending to be a Sith trooper or whatnot, reviewing BB-8 and how he's just dominating the battlefield and all that stuff. I think that there's definitely something there, and you can toy around with that idea and have a lot of fun with it. For future updates, or even you can do stuff with past updates too, because there's a whole host of things that you can you can play with in a video format like that. But I love it, man. Keep it up. It's a really cool idea. It's a really cool idea, and I think if it's something that I can absolutely see catching on. But I appreciate that, man. Yeah, use that footage all day, man. And I appreciate you playing this evening. So, yeah, man, keep it up. But all right, everybody, that does it for me. I think I'm going to be doing a stream tomorrow evening, If I don't, then the next time you will see me will be next week, a week from tomorrow, actually. So if I stream tomorrow, cool. If I don't stream tomorrow, I will see you guys in a week. But yeah. Anyway, guys, to everybody who tuned in, thank you so much for dropping in. Everybody that was in the chat, thanks for hanging out. Everybody that super chatted this evening, I appreciate the ever living hell out of it. The channel survives because of you guys. So, with that being said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Hope you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on this big blue ball. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya!